Hello. In this short example, we will demonstrate another use case for UFT1's AI engine. So here it's really to demonstrate the power of the AI engine, which is embedded in UFT1 and available from the release 15.01, which is used in this demo for sure. So the use case we have here is we are going to run a UFT UI test on a Ubuntu machine, which is Linux, and everyone who knows UFT knows also historically it was never possible to run UI test on any kind of other operation system than Windows. Yeah? You were able to run web-based test on different other operation systems, but UI based test on the desktop apps, it was not possible. Yeah? So in this scenario, we have built a UFT Windows machine where UFT and its embedded AI is configured and installed. We are going to connect through a browser-based RDP access to the Ubuntu machine. And on the Ubuntu machine, no UFT is installed. Yeah. We will launch Postman as the native app for Ubuntu on Linux and fire to request for weather in London and Frankfurt and checking that always London should be returned. So one iteration should be passed. The other one where Frankfurt is requested should be failed because we don't capture London. And we are going to use the open API for weather, which is available on which is publicly available. We will consume it using Postman. But this scenario is very special because now with this AI engine, we are able to really do things we were not able to do before in test automation. Accessing different operation system, executing UI-based interaction on those, and running test cases directly on the desktop, interacting like a human being. And this is exactly the context where AI is coming from. It's acting exactly the same way like a human would do. So let's continue and show you the environment first. So, or before even, this is the API we are going to use to open weather API. We will hit it using the Postman app on Linux and capture London and Frankfurt and see if this is working. So basically, I'm running here two machines. So you can see I have a Ubuntu machine, a Linux machine, and a Windows machine. So we will be doing the demo from the Windows machine where UFT is installed. I've prepared the test case already. So you can see here the two iterations we have. And I'm connecting you using the Chrome RDP to my Linux Ubuntu machine, where I'm going to start Postman, launch Postman. It's a bit slow on my machine, but anyway, it will demonstrate how the AI engine is capturing all the stuff. So we can see here, Postman is starting up. Once it's started, we are going to open a new tab. And on that tab, we are going to just clean up here a few things so maybe it gets faster. So on that tab, we are going to hit the request for London and same for Frankfurt and see if we receive the right answers and can execute the test. So here, this is what we are going to capture as a result. So let's start the test. So this is Ubuntu. Ubuntu is open, and I can go now to my UFT1 machine with two iterations, and I will hit now the run button. And this will now launch on the Ubuntu machine. The AI will set the context, so it's able to identify what's going on in that machine. So you can see it's navigating already using the menu, types in the field, and can open the app. Yeah. Now let's wait until Postman is opened. So it will take some time. So here we go. So now it should open a new tab, enter the URL. We are going to fire first for London. And this URL is coming from the data table. So this test case is parameterized. And we are going to check on something which is in the response. So we are really building a checkpoint here. So you can see here London is displayed. So this test should be, or this iteration at least should be passed. Now the next iteration will start in the same manner. So this is typical UFT functionality. We are executing one iteration and the second iteration will be executed in the same manner. So it's launching now again, Postman. And now it should open another new tab, which will now run the request for Frankfurt. Okay, so now here we are. Open new tab. Hit the URL. You can see Frankfurt is entered. And also in the response, we receive Frankfurt. Here you can see the name is Frankfurt am Main. And it will declare the iteration as failed. Close the app and we are basically done. So we can go back to UFT. UFT is still building the result file. And now I can go into the result file. So first of all, it shows me here London not found, which is okay. I can go here to the test flow and I can open the two iterations. So I can see one iteration is failed, one is passed. This is exactly what we have expected. So let's see what we got here. So here, if I click on a result, it captures exactly the objects on a Ubuntu machine and highlights it. So this is very powerful. And also here, if I click on something or the app which we are selecting, so this is very interactive, what we have here. And once we close the app, so it's really identifying those objects. And you can see here also the probability. It was with the high probability, the AI engine was able to capture the steps. Here we entered a different URL. We entered it for, okay, it's not displayed here, but should be here now. Yeah, we entered it for Frankfurt, and then we clicked here on raw to see everything and then make our result. And here, London was not found, Frankfurt was found instead, which is totally fine here. So now let's go back quickly and show you how this is working. So this is basically my Ubuntu machine. I will go on full screen again. So, okay. And now I go back to UFT. Just want to show you a few things, how the AI engine is able to capture the objects on Ubuntu. So you can see now here I'm able to even capture all the different objects and as well as text. So I'm able to capture the text as well. So let's go back to Ubuntu and open Postman, for instance. And once Postman is opened, I will do the rescan. So you will see how powerful it is, the UFT engine, the AI engine. It allows you to capture, if not from visual perspective, visual elements, you can capture with text. And from this, you can really go very far in automating UI tests. So it took me around 10 minutes to build this simple test, which is quite fast when we can see here the difference. It's on a different platform where no automation tool is installed. So this is very powerful. So let's refresh here the AI engine. Now you can see here, you can capture basically every text, and I can also go to the visual elements and you can see here what I'm able to capture. New tabs, I can capture the buttons. I have here the text fields. And it's based also on, because I'm running on a virtual machine, so I don't have enough resources. If I would run it from laptop or our dedicated resources, where I have dedicated resources, it should be a better recognition. So basically, this is what UFT allows you to capture. And once you have it, you can just drag and drop and build your script here directly. So this is very powerful. And as we saw, the result is really interactive. You can see here what UFT is doing. It's capturing all, basically everything, what has been entered. The snapshots are there. So this is real-time execution on a Linux machine using UFT where no UFT was installed at all. So hope you liked it. And we are building much more use cases. So this use case is just an example to demonstrate the power of the embedded AI of UFT1. You can run it for sure. I've not tried it yet, but it will also run on remote accessed Mac machine, or if you have a web-based browser access to any kind of Citrix app, which is embedded in a browser, or as browser desktop Citrix access, you can also do the same on Citrix machine. So everything which you can access through a browser RDP protocol, it is allowing you to capture more or less all the automation capabilities and bringing you into an area where you can really benefit on. You can reduce the maintenance, no installation required of the test automation tool. You can do ad hoc execution if you want. Just reserve operation system and test your app directly on the native operation system capabilities and automate your test cases. Okay, hope you liked it. See you next time. Bye.